I don't want war between the United States and Russia, or the US and China, or China and India, or any pairwise combination of countries for whom a war could lead to escalation, leading to nuclear war, leading to global Armageddon. What to do about that? My basic proposition is that the big countries, the great powers, should stay out of each other's lane and make a special effort not to be in each other's faces. And that with that level of prudence, and secured even in treaty form in various ways, but certainly secured through diplomacy, we'd have a chance to keep away from each other. In basic terms, I really don't think it would be a good idea for Canada or Mexico or Cuba again, or any Caribbean state or Venezuela to invite China or Russia to establish a military base. And if they did, they would quickly be reminded that we have a doctrine in the United States, the Monroe Doctrine, which goes back 202 years, that that's a no-no, and we're prepared to defend it, as we were and came close to nuclear war in the Cuban Missile Crisis. My basic proposition starts with the idea that what's good enough for the United States should also apply to the United States. If we feel that way about our own neighborhood, we should understand that Russia really feels that way about its neighborhood, and China really feels that way about its neighborhood. As you know better than anybody, John, we don't take Russia's concerns into account at all. And you've been making that point for at least 11 years, since 2014, and I know well beyond that as well. And I would start with the golden rule. I'm just fine with the Monroe Doctrine, with the footnote to it. And I think that it should apply to everybody. So when I say sphere of security, what I mean is stay out of each other's neighborhoods with your military. This is very important, because there's another term that is widely used and widely disparaged. It has a long pedigree in international affairs. I don't know exactly what it dates to. You could probably tell us. Sphere of influence. And sphere of influence is something different. It says, stay out of our neighborhood because I dominate Mexico and the United States and Cuba. Not only should you stay out of that neighborhood, I get to pick the governments, actually. I get to interfere because that's my sphere of influence. Now, that I don't accept. And I believe that we should distinguish between a sphere of security, where the great powers respect the other great powers and stay out of their lane, as I put it, or out of their face, or out of their backyard, no matter, depending on which metaphor or simile you want to use. But when it comes to how the great power acts in its own neighborhood,